Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome back to the Fake Woke Podcast. This is your boy BobbyVILN. I'm back with another video. I've been trying to prevent myself from talking about this subject, but I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it since the funeral was the other day and they had a public funeral for him. I'm gonna talk about the Jordan Neely and Daniel Penny incident in New York. I touched on it a little bit before when I was on hiatus. The only thing I said, or the only thing I pointed out, was that when election season was coming, and they tend to, well, Democrats in particular tend to grift and manipulate the Black Death, especially when it comes to men, in regards to political gain. You know, they love to see when a black man get put 6 feet under, because they feel like that's the time for them to come out and corral the black vote and say, see, look, these racist white folks, he was more than likely conservative or Republican because he was a Marine, this, that, and the third. You see these racist white folks, we got to fight against white supremacy and racism. Vote for blue. Vote for blue. Every time, every election, it's always something like this. They always use this type of situation to corral the black vote, to get the black community to vote for them through race baiting and virtual signaling. But then you got the right, conservatives, Republicans, you got them grifting off the fact that Daniel Penny is a Marine. You got them grifting or trying to work on the fact that Jordan Neely had prior charges pending on him, and that he was a homeless man, and that he was a degenerate, or whatever the case may be. Both sides in this matter are wrong. It's not one in particular that is more wrong than the other. Both are wrong. Because you got the right over here raising money for Jordan Neely's legal defense. I mean, not Jordan Neely, but Daniel Penny's legal defense. You got them trying to demonize the victim, even though I don't really care. That's why I didn't even touch on it in the first place. But to see this shit turn into the George Floyd effect all over again, where George Floyd was choked out by a police officer, and then next thing you know, you had riots in the streets. You had Al Sharpton coming out of nowhere doing the eulogy at the funeral. You got political figures showing up to the funeral, all just so they could show fake support for George Floyd or for Jordan Neely, just so they could get the black vote. And I said this, and I pointed this out a little before all of this shit broke out and went crazy. They're going to use black deaths again to get people to fall in line and start voting. We gotta beat white supremacy. We gotta beat white supremacy. I ain't heard white supremacy so goddamn much since Trump took office and left from politicians. Before this, there was not one politician that spoke about white supremacy. Not on the left, not on the right. To combat it or to fight against it. But all of a sudden, white supremacy exists, and politicians talking about they trying to eradicate the country of white supremacy. Democrats. It's a goddamn lie. It's a goddamn lie. Even Joe Biden was talking about fighting against white supremacy, this, that, and the third. He haven't done shit for black folk. Haven't acknowledged anything in regards to black folks just trying to get their quote-unquote reparations. Do I personally feel like or think that we gonna get them? No. But what I am gonna say is, I feel like Republicans should be using that reparations talk in order to propel their or not to solidify their standing in this race, in this election that's coming up. I'm gonna do a video on that separately later on, because Republicans are fucking stupid. They're dumb as shit. They don't know how to work the system. But you got the Democrats over here playing on race, doing whatever the fuck they want, just so they can get ahead and just so they can fuck the people over and continue to oppress the people. That's besides the point. The point is that both sides is using this man's death and using the fact that this man's another man's freedom is in limbo in order to propel themselves forward politically. Both sides ain't got morals. Both sides don't care about them people. Not one of them sides. Not the Democrats, not the Republicans. Democrats don't care about Jordan Neely. Republicans don't care about Daniel Penny. They only see an avenue for them to get more support from either the left or the right. Left-leaning people, right-leaning Americans. Left-leaning Americans. That's how I see it. And nobody's talking about it. Everybody's caught up in the hoopla. Everybody's caught up in the hoopla. Everybody's talking about Jordan Neely this, Jordan Neely that. Jordan Neely was a homeless man, bro, and y'all didn't care until that man ended up getting choked out. Y'all didn't give a damn about that man. Y'all did not care about him. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't have been homeless. Not to be insensitive, but I'm just telling the truth. If y'all really cared about Jordan Neely, he wouldn't have been homeless. But all of a sudden, he got this big ass funeral. He got Al Sharpton speaking at his funeral. AOC, I forgot her name, Alexandria something Cortez, showing up to his funeral acting like she's crying. It's bullshit. All of it is bullshit. They never cared about that man. They only see an avenue for them to try to corral the black vote. Conservatives only see an avenue to maintain the white vote. That's why I chose not to talk about this shit, but I'm getting tired of seeing posts about Jordan Neely they raising money for Jordan Neely for Daniel Penny and how he's a white supremacist and this, that, and the third. Nobody knows what truly happened before the chokeout began. And I was trying to wait for more evidence to come out, more video footage to come out, because you know they're going to drop that video footage. They're going to drop everything that they got. But right now, they're just trying to paint the picture of Penny being the white supremacist. They trying to get black folk to be emotional and go just strictly off of the chokeout video. Sorry if my camera's shaking, you know. Nigga, this is just damn. Whatever. But nigga, this is just a play on race. This was race baiting at its finest. Tariq Nasheed should be proud. That's all this shit is. But watch, they gonna drop the rest of the footage that they got, and everybody gonna be out here looking crazy. Either the right gonna be looking crazy or the left gonna be looking crazy. Somebody gonna be out here looking crazy. And the funny thing is, if Daniel Penny get off, left is gonna riot. They gonna riot again. It's George Floyd all over again. I called it. It's George Floyd right all over again, right before the election. The election run starts. And the funny thing is, if Daniel Penny gets convicted, the right's not gonna riot, but they gonna be bitching for sure. They definitely gonna be bitching. But besides that, that's all I have to say. I really did not want to do this, but it had to be spoken about because I was gonna cover the trial. But I'm just getting tired of the same old grift, the same old. They did the same shit with George Floyd. They doing the same thing with Jordan Neely. Black men do not matter until they 6 feet under, bro. Y'all stay safe and stay low out here, especially during this time, black men. All right, I'll catch y'all later.